living a clean life. I wasn't training like I'm supposed to train. I was doing drugs, I was drinking, and then 2016, 2017, my drug use got real bad, and my training really suffered, man. I barely trained at all the last year. In 2017, I barely trained at all, when I decided, when I quit, retire, I call it quit, because I didn't have no fucking money saved at that point. I fucking, all I was doing was buying motorcycles and drugs and fucking trucks, so I quit. And almost instantly I regretted it. About 6 months later, I said, fuck, because most people would kill. There's so many young guys that would kill to be where I was at, and here I am just partying it away. So instantly I was like, fuck, I gotta get it back somehow, but I was already down that rabbit hole, man. I was down that rabbit hole, and so I wanted to prove to myself, and I wanted to prove to the world, dude, that you can come back. You can come back from that shit. I thought there was no coming back. When I was at my worst, dude, I was like fucking 162 pounds, soaking wet, fucking maybe 165. Just dude, strung out as strung out can get. And if you said in a year and a half from now, man, I'd be fighting on a main card back home in Bellator, I'd be like, I would love that, but how? Fucking how? You know what I mean? So I wanted to prove to, you can do, I would have needed to see this story back in 2017, 2018. I would have needed to see a dude like me, and then fuck, okay, all right, man, let's go. I can do it. I didn't think it could be done. It could be fucking done. And I want the world to know when you're struggling, man, and you are down and out. I'm talking really down and out. Look at me. You can do it, man. And I'm nobody special. It can be done. It can be fucking done. So that's the message I want to show.
Yeah, and the performance you put out tonight was, tremendous. You ran right through the guy. I think the most surprising thing is you're ready to get right back in the mix, and you're already calling out top 10 guys.
Yeah, I gotta get a top 10 guy. Yeah.
Where's this confidence coming from?
I'll tell you what, dude. I was always in the mix. I was always in the mix, man. Even when I was real active, in the early 2010s. You know what I'm saying? That's when I was really relevant. I'm getting older now. I fucking hate to say it, but 2013, 2014, 2015, years ago, I was always in the mix, man. Even when I really wasn't training towards the end, man, and people were like, I didn't even have my coaching staff the last fucking year. My coach over there, I didn't even have him in my corner, dude, the last couple fights, because no one would do it. And I pushed everyone away. But I was in the mix even when I wasn't living right and when I wasn't training, dude. And now that I'm really training, I'm really serious, man, I'll be back in the mix. Nobody can walk through me. Nobody in the top 10 at 185 or 170 can walk through me. I know they can't. They couldn't sit here and tell you, oh, fuck Brennan Ward up. You ain't. You can't. You can't. You can't.
Brennan, congrats on the win, man. When we chatted a few months ago, you told me that, and you kind of touched on it there, that you had felt guilty about not living up to your potential when you were competing. Do you feel like you found a little bit of that person tonight?
Maybe the very tip. Because anybody could just come and fucking pop back in. I gotta come back and stay back here. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude I fought, that's a tough guy, a 500 record. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a jack, tough mofo. I get it. Probably fuck a lot of dudes up in the street, absolutely. But the test will be when you give me a top dude. You give me a top dude, and I'll show you what I can do.
Do you feel like now that the fight's over, going into it, did you feel like all this pressure about your story coming out and stuff? Did it add any extra stress at all?
It didn't. You know what I'm saying? It didn't. Just for me to get back here, just for me to be back here, like physically and mentally able to come fight was a win for me, dude. That was a win. Just to come and do it, I do hard fucking drugs, bro. I was like a real fucking drug addict, dude. Not like we're at the party of the weekend, let's do some coke at fucking Larry's house. Like, no, dude. Like, I was an all day, every day, 24 hours a day fucking opiate user, dude, for fucking years. You know what I'm saying? So to get back here was a win. And then to get a win is obviously even better. And so yeah, I felt the pressure because this fucking house is packed. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I guess, Keith just talked about how you kind of made a statement to the division, some of the top 10, being a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
But I'm not even sure what your future is contractually. Do you hope to stay here with Bellator? Or?
I mean, I signed a 1-fight deal, man. I signed a 1-fight deal, and I don't blame Bellator. I don't blame Bellator. Dude, do you know how many fights I pulled out of in the last fucking 3-4 years for these guys? Just as many fights I pulled out of as many years as I was away. All right? And, you know, this ain't the only organization that I want to fight for and got him fucking pulled out of fights, dude. I was as unreliable could be. For them to even roll the dice on me again, dude, like, oh man, like, I was blacklisted from this promotion for a while. A lot of people don't fucking know that. I was blacklisted by people at the top. You know what I'm saying? And Scott Coker was like, yo, fucking let's give this dude another shot. Jane said, all right, let's fucking match him up. Is this dude gonna show up? Who knows if I was gonna show up or not? You know what I mean? Dude, my medicals were kind of getting in. I got shit. You know, they weren't promoting the fight. For a while. Because who knows if this dude's gonna show up? I backed out of so many fights over the last couple of years. Like last minute too, you know. I'm probably reminding them of shit though. You know what I mean? I'm probably bringing up some bad memories, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? What? So, I don't know, man. I signed I am not under contract with anybody right now. You know what I mean? So, yep.
Hey, Brennan. Listen, congratulations on an amazing comeback. Over the week, MMA Junkies Nolan King released a great story. Capturing your moment from your journey to coming back to the cage. Tell me, how close were the demons? Obviously you fought them, you came back. But how close were the demons from taking away this moment from you?
Oh, dude, when you fuck with what I fuck with, dude, it's a roll of the dice every time. It's a roll of the dice every time, and I can tell you some fucked up shit that I'm not gonna talk about, man. Like when you have an addiction like that, dude, man, and you can't find your shit, you'll do a bag from anybody that you can fucking get a bag from, man. And we were doing some fucking dirty bags, and I have friends that are dead right now, man. I have good friends that are dead, who do drugs just like I did. You know what I mean? You're lucky. It's Russian roulette. It's Russian roulette. I know dudes, professional drug addicts, dude, that die all the time. I can't tell you how many of my boys are dead. That I was doing bags with fucking a week before, or on a different job, and oh my God, no, man. It's fucked up. So I was very close. You're close every time. You're close every time, man. It's fucked up.
Brennan, right over here.
Oh yeah, yep.
So you're saying that you want a top 10 guy, either at 170 or 185. If you had the preference, do you prefer to stay at 170?
They need to add a weight class for me right in the middle. Like 175 would be nice. I've always been an in-betweener, man. When I was a little bit younger, I was a little like thicker when I was younger, and I don't know about like if I was a lot stronger when I was younger, but I was definitely thicker and bigger. So like I handled 185 a little bit better, but dude, 170 is a decent cut. I mean, I made 175 pretty easy. Fuck, I don't know. I'll fight whatever, man. You know me, dude. I want big fights. I don't go the fucking distance. Put me in there with another fucking gunfighter. Let's put on a fucking show. I'm never not gonna put on a show, ever. I don't do the glorified. It was sorry. I heard my coach out there yelling, "Be patient, faint. Be patient, faint." I fucking can't be patient, dude. I want to because that's the dog in me. I'm a fucking dog out there. Give me another dog. Let's put on a show. This is a fucking entertainment industry. If you guys didn't know that, we're fighting, we're pro athletes, but we're fucking entertainers. You know what I'm saying? So I'll fight anybody who wants to fucking bang. I don't want someone who's gonna try to go to the ground and fucking lay around and be a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? I want a dog. Give me a dog fight. I'm a dog.
And speaking of middleweights, next week we got Gegard Mousasi defending his title against.
Fucking dude's too big, but he's fucking just big as hell. I mean, I'll fight him obviously, but he's fucking big. You know what I'm saying? And he's nasty as fuck. He's mad good. He's mad big.
All right, thanks, Brennan.
Yeah.
Right over here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, your story is incredible, and everybody's really gravitating towards that story. But let's talk about a few minutes right after your fight, and you embraced a couple people right outside of the cage. Who were those people, and how did it feel to have that moment with them?
Yeah, that man you're talking about is one of the most important people in my adult life, man. we kind of went our separate ways. You know, the last time I got out of rehab, that's who I lived with out of rehab. When my family wouldn't take me back, you know, that's who I lived with. That's who I lived with. That was my guy. He has never missed a fight. He's traveled with me to every single fight, and that's who I went to live with after rehab. When my family wouldn't let me home, and we got into a fucking, we're two alpha males. We got into a fight. I left his house. I wasn't going in, I wasn't kind of doing the things he was doing. The things he was telling me to do, I didn't do it, and I haven't talked to him since. And I almost drove to his house today on my way here, because I fucking needed him. I need that man in my life. And when I saw him outside the cage, I cried. Brandon, I saw Brandon, there he is, he's right there right now. That's the man we're talking about. That's the man that we're talking about right there. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So not only was that emotional, but to be back in the cage and to show how advanced your striking has become, who do you attribute that to, and where is your home now? First training.
We're from New England, man. It's a real small MMA community, And my coach, Greg Rubello, man, there's really no other coaches like him, that I've ever met, he's had more fights than anyone that you or I have ever fucking fought or gone against, you know what I'm saying? And he's been around, he's trained the who's who. He's trained the who's who of New England fighters, and this dude don't want no credit for fucking nothing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of fucking guys want him to train them. And he's at a point in his life, he's got his business, he's got his family, and he only trains dudes that are really down to fight and really down to train and are really gonna let loose. And I've worked with him extensively, and when I listen to what he tells me to do, this shit fucking works, man. And if guys don't want to train with him, hey, he don't want no credit. He's just out here, dude. He's just my boy. He's Greg Rubello, man. He's the best striking coach around, and he's as humble as they get. And at 40 years old, dude, that fucking dude will jump in, and I try to get him all the time, like, yo, you gotta fight, coach. You gotta fight. He'll knock out. Fuck, dude. He'll knock dudes out. He'll knock out them two heavyweights that fought before me tonight. He'll knock both of them dudes out. He's friendly with them, I'm sure, but he'll knock them out. So, sorry, but it's true.
Hey, Brendan, congrats on the win over here. I just want to know, for people out there that are in a similar situation like you or worse, what words of wisdom or advice or any sort of words that you could give them that can hopefully get them out of whatever pit that they're in?
Yeah, dude, it's hard. It's hard, man. It's so fucking hard. But listen, man, and I was always a guy, man. I needed and wanted that instant gratification. Everything I did, I wanted it now. I wanted it fast. I wanted to be good at things fast. And I'm not the best athlete in the world, but I was a good athlete growing up. And anything I did, I really picked it up fast. Skateboarding, I picked it up fast. Surfing, I got pretty good, pretty quick. Baseball, football, wrestling, all that was pretty good. So things came easy to me. Wrestling came pretty easy. You gotta work, even MMA. Dude, I only fought on the local circuit 3 times. And I remember my first fight in Bellator. I was still in college, dude, when I signed to Bellator. I was in fucking college. I think I got paid $6,500 for my very first Bellator fight, dude. I was in college. I thought I was fucking loaded, dude. I was like, yo, 65. I was in college, dude. I remember going back to class, dude. Still had the check in my pocket, that Monday at J-Lo. I'm like, yo, I had an uncashed check in my pocket. Like, I'm fucking rich, dude. This is sick. Oh my god, oh my gosh, man. So that being said, man, when I was trying to get clean, I wanted to now. I'm like, why? I'd be clean for a week, 2 weeks, a month. I'm like, why don't I fucking feel better? It's a grind. Dude, it's a fucking grind, dude. Getting clean and staying clean is fucking hard, and it sucks, dude. And it's really fucking hard. And that's one of the biggest reasons that me and Brandon kind of went our separate ways, dude, is I wanted to get back to my life ASAP. I wanted to get back to my now, I'm ready to go back to work. I'm ready to start training. I'm ready to fight. And he's like, no, dude, no, you're not. And I'm like, I am. And I left his house, and guess what? I fucking slipped up again. You know what I mean? It's so you got to grind it out. If you're out there and you're struggling, dude, it's a grind. It's a hard-ass grind, and it takes a minute. Yo, I've been trying to get clean for 4 years, dude. 5 years. Trying for 4 years. I should have been getting clean fucking 10 years ago, dude, because I've been using for all 10 years. You know what I mean? I use it for all of 10 years, dude. You know? So, man, dude, and hit me up, man. Fucking get at me. Shoot me a message on fucking Instagram, dude. Shoot me a message. I will check. I will get back to you. It might take me a while, but I will fucking get back to you. You know what I'm saying? If you're struggling, you need help, man. I can fucking help you. You know, I can point you in the direction, man. I can help you. All right?
Thanks for the time, Brennan. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.